Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Israel. We are in Holon, and this is the Basketball Champions League. It's Group A. It's game day 5, and it's the clash between UNET Holon and Baxi Manresa. Well, this is what's happened in Group A and what is happening. UNET Holon winning at home over Toron. Turk Telekom winning over Filu Ostend earlier tonight. Now it's UNET Holon, Baxi Manresa, and SIG Strasbourg playing at Dynamo Sassari. And as is usually the case in the Basketball Champions League group phase standings, you have a lot of teams jumbled all together. And when you get a look at the standings in this group, you see Turk Telekom now 4-1, but then you've got a couple of 3-1 teams, including Baxi Manresa and Dynamo Sassari. You've got Filu Ostend now have dropped to 2-3, and then you've got SIG Strasbourg and UNET Holon both at 2-2. So you see Luka Mitrovic there at the free throw line taking some warm-ups for Baxi Manresa. He has played in 4 Basketball Champions League games before with UCAM Murcia. He did that last season, averaging 5.7 points, 6.7 rebounds. Manresa removed 17-year-old Mark Peñarol Castilla to make room for Mitrovic. Here's their lineup: Jordan Davis, Ryan Toulson, keep an eye on him. Guillaume Jou, William McGarity, Yankuba Sima, Jordan Sacco, Luka Mitrovic, Wampi Valette, Danny Perez, and Sergi Vidal, another recent signing. And for UNET Holon, Troy Calpain, Latavius Williams, Richard Howell, TJ Klein, Ryan Thompson, Amit Simhon, Guy Panini, all the way down the list there. It's a good team that is coming off an important win, a win they needed to get. You don't want to fall too far off the pace in the Basketball Champions League. You got to protect the home court as well. They won on the road last week.
Introducing the players at first. Manresa, captain number 5, Guillaume Jou.
So Manresa will be introduced here at the start.
Number 1, David Serrano. Number 2, Brian Tolson.
Look back at Baxi Manresa's season. They've done a lot of damage at home. They've played 3 of their 4 games at home. In fact, winning 85-81 over Toron, 76-70 over UNET Holon. Their first road game on October 29th on game day 3, they fell 81-63 at SIG Strasbourg. And last week, they knocked off previously unbeaten Turk Telekom at home 80-75.
Their referees is Mr. Johan Rousseau from France, Mr. Mohamed Kara from Turkey, and Mr. Elias Canales from Cyprus.
See the UNET Holon fans getting crazy here before the game. For UNET Holon, they started here with a tough 82-79 defeat to Turk Telekom, and then they fell 101-86 at Filu Ostend. But since that point, they've been pretty good. They've won 122-105 at Toron. And last week, they won at SIG Strasbourg 86-81. So this is a big game for them. Next week, they'll be at home as well against Dynamo Sassari. And after that, they will travel to Lithuania to take on UNET Holon before starting to play the same teams again. Baxi Manresa, after this week, will be at home against Filu Ostend, and then they will play at Dynamo Sassari, and then they will start their second round here in the group phase. Holon have lost all 4 games they've played against Spanish teams in the Basketball Champions League in their history, giving up an average of 82.8 points per game. in those contests. Manresa have lost the only game they have played on the road in the competition this season, as I mentioned, 81-63. So they would like to get off the schneid in that remark. One thing that Manresa will be aware of is that Holon are leading the league in three-point shooting, making 45.5% of their three-pointers this season. So they're also averaging 16.3 second chance points, more than any other team. So you got to box out. You don't want to give these guys second and third chances. What's interesting about Holon is that they're averaging so many three-pointers, yet Manresa have only allowed 5.3 made three-pointers per game, which is fewer than any other team so far this season. So something has to give in that regard. Guy Panini, meanwhile, well, really wonderful player over the years for Israel's national team. 11 points shy of becoming UNET Holon's top scorer in the Basketball Champions League. He right now has 255 points. Corey Walden, the former player at UNET Holon, has 265 for the club in the Basketball Champions League. Well, that is a very nice gesture to present the opposing coach with a bouquet of flowers. So Pedro Martinez, I'm not sure how many times that has happened in his life, but he will certainly brought a smile to his face. Referees for tonight's game: Johan Rosso in the middle from France, Mehmet Kayabilicin from Turkey, and Ilias Kunelis from Cyprus. Baxi Manresa will be starting with Jordan Davis, Guillaume Joe, William McGarity, Yankuba Sima, and Danny Perez. And of course, Pedro Martinez, you can see the smile after the flowers has already been replaced with looks of concern. I remember his days at Valencia Basket, and he was terrific, led them to the title. He's coached at a lot of places in Spain. They're the best. Troy Calpain, Latavius Williams, TJ Klein, Ahmet Simhon, and Marcus Foster in the starting five for UNET Holon. And Sharon Drucker, the coach.
לא כזאת, עליכם לצאת למעברים ולא להידחף, יש דקה וחצי למעברים, היציאים העליונים למעברים העליונים, היציאים התחתונים, יציע A למעבר בימין שלכם.
So the teams are going through their final preparations here before the start of the game, and obviously it's still relatively early in the season. I guess you would say once you get to the midpoint, that's when you say you're halfway there. So the first half of the season, but a lot of basketball still to be played. But again, you need to win games when you can, because when you get right down to it, every season in the Basketball Champions League, going into that last game day, there are teams fighting for the remaining spots in the playoffs. And these are the types of teams they're going to watch tonight that'll definitely be fighting going into that last game day. You just feel it.
Okay, we go one down for Troy. First offense. You are strong side, Marcus. We swing to Latavius. You back screen. Post up. Marcus, you go stagger. Okay? Determination, guys, from the beginning. Go. Be aggressive.
So we're just minutes away from the start here in Holon, Israel, and it is a loud crowd. They also like to travel to support their team. And this is the type of atmosphere that you want to play in, even if you're the visiting coach or the visiting team. Okay, folks, welcome to Israel. We're about ready to start. Well, good evening, folks. If you're just joining us, we're in Israel. This is UNET Holon taking on Baxi Manresa, and Baxi Manresa getting the first possession and scoring with the drive from Jordan Davis. We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly from Jordan Davis this season. There's no doubt that he has got a lot of ability, and it's a good sign for him to get on the board early. Answering and missing Amit Simon. Now the alley-oop, and Yankub Asima was pushed by Williams. Asima, the youngster, goes to the line and makes the first. Played for a while at St. John's University in America for Chris Mullen. And decided after transferring to want to turn pro, so he's come back to Spain and makes both free throws. So the lead now 4-0 here at the start for Baxi Manresa. Three-point attempt is good. Well, we talked about it beforehand. They average more than 16 three-pointers per game, and that one was drilled by Foster. Danny Perez, good, he answers. Always psychologically kind of a blow to answer a three with a three. Well, the ball goes off of Williams into the hands of Calpain, and now Williams with the rebound. And then a foul down low, Klein. Martinez wondering why there's a foul, why free throws. So here comes the first attempt, and it's good. Klein makes one of two. Coulson feels his way in, or no, Danny Perez, and scores again. So that's 5 points now for Danny Perez. Coulson will be coming off the bench. Klein. And the foul called on Amit Simon. So So Perez been very active here at the beginning. Makes the first. His career has been incredible. When you think about Martinez, how many different stops he's had, where he's been. Both free throws are good. Martinez, Juventud Badalona, Manresa from 90 to 94, Juventud, Salamanca, Granada, Menorca, Orense, Tenerife, Gran Canaria, Baskonia, Estudiantes. Just so many clubs. And that's only about half of them. Then Girona, Sevilla, Gran Canaria, Manresa again, Valencia, Baskonia, Gran Canaria, and now back to Manresa. I mean, he has been around the block. Davis from deep. Copain with the rebound. Tries, floats, and can't get it to go. The anticipation was there, but the foul was committed. So the foul on Marcus Foster. Davis again finds his way, goes right past Marcus Foster. And timeout has been called by Holon. Let's go down to the bench and listen to the coach.
Every time they're making a concert, send to the screen. And I told you just to be there and then pedaling back. We are worried all the time there, and the point guard kill us. Go aggressive on the screens. We said every pass we can deny. So let's pass and deny. We go 5. Pass, back screen. If we have post up, good. If not, we go all the way. We run for the shooters aggressively. Let's wake up, yalla. Let's go, energy up, let's go.
So Sharon Duker trying to get some better play from his team here during the timeout. But Davis hit an early jumper, and there he is driving to the basket as well. So 4 quick points for him. And back to live action. Copain brings it up. Now the turn, and a lot of hands in the way. Davis explodes, kind of gets into no man's land, and is called for traveling. Davis comes into this game averaging 8.3 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 2.8 assists, and 1.3 turnovers. They get it to Klein. He misses, puts it back up, misses again. And the ball goes out of bounds and back over to Baxi Manresa. TJ Klein. So exiting the game, Williams, and into the game, Richard Howell, number 5 for Holon. Perez back to McGarity. Richard Howell with his first rebound. And Howell gets blocked by Yankuba Sima. Perez to the corner to McGarity. They know he can shoot it. He's hit a lot of three-pointers this season. Perez. And this time the three-pointer off target by Guillaume Joe. And then fighting for the rebound was McGarity with Klein. So the possession arrow favors UNET Holon. That was Howell that reached in there and caused the problems for McGarity. Howell in the paint. Now Davis crosses midcourt. Davis explodes to the basket. Howell with another rebound. Now Davis chases him down from behind. Slows him up. Now Foster. Foster explodes, gets blocked again by Sima. Swat machine. Oh, nice handoff. And the dunk by McGarity. Wonderful play by Perez. Three-point shot, another one falls, this time by Malachi Richardson. So 6 points coming from deep for Holon, no surprise there. McGarity open, and this time Baxi Manresa do not answer a three with a three. Klein hesitates, gets inside, and draws the foul from McGarity. Remember, no Pedro Tomas nor David Kravish for Baxi Manresa, both injured. And it means Martinez has to go deeper to his roster. See, making substitutions. And coming into the game now, Luka Mitrovic. Of course, that also contributed to the signing of Mitrovic, player who was really had his career on the way up and suffered a bad knee injury. He's battling back, but just isn't quite the same player yet. Baxi Manresa, very good start for them offensively. I mean, they've had some offensive struggles this season. They hit some dry spells. This place is rocking. Got to love the Holon fans. They make a lot of noise. Foster from deep. Sacco with the rebound. Perez. Another jump shot for the guard, the playmaker. He has come to play tonight. 7 points in the first quarter for Danny Perez. And they're having no success down low going up against Baxi Manresa. Mitrovic catches. Excuse me, that was... Anyway, the response. And stepped out of bounds. They give it over, back over to Baxi Manresa. That was Ryan Toulson, excuse me, who missed the last jump shot for Manresa. So tough start here for UNET Holon at home. Just 8 points in the first 7.5 minutes. Guy Panini has checked in, the veteran. Also Ryan Thompson now in, number 7. And Vowlette, who's checked in, earns the trip to the line. So Manresa have come out in attack mode and have done very well so far. Here's Valet. Takes a deep breath, dribbles, and makes the first free throw. And the double-digit lead goes to now 11 points. Manresa perfect at the line, 6 of 6. And a foul called on Perez. So that's 3 team fouls. Sergi Vidal comes into the game. 14 fouls already on Holon, so if they foul anymore, they'll be putting him on the line no matter what. Drive and the miss by Malachi Richardson. Valet thought about going all the way, dribbles back out. Jordan Sacco trying to post up, the ball turned over. Here comes Copain, that's his game, and he lays it up and in. Troy Copain. No Copain, no gain. That's what they say. Toulson. Mitrovic hands it off. Vidal back to Toulson. Rains a three-pointer. Is he having a great season for Manresa or what? Three-point attempt. Howell, and fouled by Sacco. Manresa coming into this game on the back of a close defeat at Montaquet Fuenlabrada. That was Toulson drilling the three-pointer. Howell makes the first. Toulson had 23 points over the weekend in that defeat to Fuenlabrada. It's 6 of 9 three-point shots. But Manresa in Spain struggling a little bit here at the start of the season, just 2 and 6. Now Sergi Vidal. Toulson from deep again, this time long. Valet kept it alive, and in the pump fake, Jordan Sacco fouled by Foster. Sharon Duker looking on with a worried look here. His team has had a slow start against a 3-1 Baxi Manresa. Sacco makes both and takes it up to 13 points, the advantage. And now they failed to inbound the ball. Ball gets away from Foster. 2 turnovers apiece. And they failed to get the shot off at the end of the shot clock. Wow, and Pedro Martinez, can't believe it. Sergi Vidal, the veteran, caught with the ball in his hand right at the end. And 6.2 seconds now for UNET Holon to try to get a shot before the end of the frame. Thompson inbounds it. Foster flies in, lays it up, and UNET Holon punish Manresa right at the end to get just a little bit of momentum going over to the benches for the quarter break. It's 24-13, Baxi Manresa on top of UNET Holon at the end of 1. Holon shooting just 17% inside the arc, 2 of 6 from deep, 2 of 8 from Manresa from deep, but they're hitting 5 of 7, so 71%, and they're also perfect at the free throw line. And Jordan Davis starting very well, kind of setting the tone, as well as Danny Perez, 2 guards, playing some excellent basketball here. Here's Perez's long 3. Here he is putting the ball on the deck and getting to the basket. This is Davis driving. So the guards have really done what they wanted. Joe on the break, getting it to Perez, who then unselfishly handed it off to McGarity. Another look at that play. And it all is going to add up to a 24-13 lead at the end of 1 for Baxi Manresa. Danny Perez over there on the bench with his great start next to Jordan Davis. They're like, hey, we're doing pretty well tonight, aren't we? It's been a great start. And second quarter now underway. Baxi Manresa with possession. Mitrovic, the new signing. Good footwork. Didn't have enough on the shot, but Valette sneaks in there, gets the rebound, and goes up. I tell you, it's the little things right now that UNET Holon are not doing well. They're not rebounding. They're being beat to loose balls. And that's much better there for Howell, putting the ball on the deck and getting to the basket, banking it in. Those fans will not be sitting down tonight. Just don't even give them seats. They don't need them. Howell spins the ball and does not complete the three-point play. 11-point game. Vidal brings it up. Now Mitrovic again going to work, being guarded by Guy Panini. And he's got the moves. He's just looks like his shot perhaps isn't quite where he wants it to be yet. Now a quick dump, and the basket is good by Ryan Thompson. Much better. Vidal over to Toulson. Vidal, the veteran, over to Vowlett, and Vowlett goes strong to the basket and not only scores but earns a trip to the line. Wow, what a spark he's been tonight. This is his game right here. He likes to get into the paint and to challenge the defense. So that foul on Richard Howell. Vowlett bends his knees, takes the shot, and completes the three-point play, and it's up to a 12-point advantage. Vowlett now with 7 points coming off the bench. Howell loses it as he gets into the paint. Perez back in the game. He's got the ball. He puts it up. Now Guy Panini looks up the floor, makes the pass. Great play, quick transition basket. Howell now with 5 points and 4 rebounds. Mitrovic, good pass to Vowlett. Boy, they're getting a lot of points right at the basket. 16 of their 31 points have come in the paint. Baxi Manresa. And that's another easy one as well. This one for Foster. So he goes to 7 points. Mitrovic goes to work and earns a trip to the line. Malachi Richardson called for the foul. Well, they have identified Mitrovic as a good back to the basket option here. Well, I don't think it's going to help Richardson if he's swiping down on the basketball. Mitrovic takes his time and sinks the first. Mitrovic, 26 years of age, still a youngster in the grand scheme of things. Having had his injury issues, now he comes out. Very coachable and shows he's going to be a big help to this Manresa team. McGarity checks back into the game. Spin, Howell gets in the paint again. This time a little short, and now Perez is off to the races. 4-on-2 break, and it's McGarity who goes up for the two-handed jam. Lead goes back to 14 points. Foster in the paint. And this time the foul called on Yankuba Sima. Look at Perez, always wants to run. No look pass to finish. Having a terrific game tonight. Perez has 9 points, 4 assists, and we've still got 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Well, the free throws are a problem already for Holon. They're 3 of 8 at the line. Well, 4 of 9. And that's a problem when you consider that Baxi Manresa are perfect, 11 of 11. So a huge disparity at the free throw line. McGarity. Malachi Richardson brings it up the floor. Tried to pass it down low to Williams, who's come back into the game. No, excuse me, Richardson. Now the three-pointer is the answer for Baxi Manresa, and they've got their biggest lead of the game, 16 points. Ryan Toulson does what he does. Here it is again. He's just not going to say no to an open three. No, nor should he. So forcing UNET Holon to call another timeout. They are on the back foot right now, down 16 points.
You are fucking playing like nothing. Like nothing. Every time you run to the ref, hey, what happened, what happened? Basket, 3 point, another basket. Don't play alone. Play as a team. Everybody take the ball, go alone. We cannot beat them alone. We have to play together. Roy, Marcus, Guy on the 3, DJ on the 4, Latavius on the 5. Let's start to wake up. We want to run one side, swing, on the way, go. Roy.
Well, you heard it. He said it in English. And really took his team to task, said they're playing like a bunch of individuals. And when things don't go their way, they look at the referee to complain. Meanwhile, Baxi Manresa are off to the races, going to the other end to score a basket. Here comes Klein, hands it off, and that is much better. So Williams off the Klein penetration. That's what I call playing as a team. Bounce pass picked up by Davis, and Jordan Davis continues to rock and roll. Look at him. He is in the groove tonight. I mean, the guards have just been outstanding. Davis 6 points, Perez 9 points, Ryan Toulson 9 points. Turning into a long night at the office for this UNET Holon team. Have not played with the same sense of urgency that Baxi Manresa have played with from the very beginning. Davis again floats in, and there for the follow. Nope, Yankuba Sima not able to put it back. And alley-oop pass, much better. Finished by Foster, and Klein now becoming the distributor. 10 points for Foster. Klein has 3 assists. Now the good defense. Quick pass to Klein. Takes a little bit of a bump, and there was Williams with the putback. And UNET Holon picking it up a little bit and forcing now Martinez to call timeout for Manresa.
Because you have a small advantage. Yeah. Mismatch. But pass the fucking ball. Yeah, you are playing alone. Then we have a problem in the defensive balance. Because you make bad decisions. Luca, venga. Por Yancuba. Hey, Luca. Yancuba. Vamos, venga. Nacho. Venga, dos bandejas seguidas. Que jugamos mierda en ataque. Okay? Forget the mismatch. Pass the ball. Venga, rebote y corremos.
Well, it's all there, isn't it, for Martinez? He wants to see his team share the basketball, even if they sense a mismatch. Share it, pass it, move it around, make the other team work. And he also took Jordan Davis to task on that one as well, because you'll remember that last time down, he just drove hard to the basket, tried to score with a reverse, and missed. Payne back in the game, number 1. Perez over to McGarity, wide open. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Perez pulls up on the break. He thought about it. Mitrovic, meanwhile, has come back in for Yankuba Sima. Here he is, but they call him for a push-off. Wonder what it is about coming into a gym that makes you want to take your shirt off. Not that hot. Here we go. Williams. And Williams scores with the putback. Back to a 10-point game now. That was Pregame that had the miss that Williams followed up and scored with the putback. Perez got a little too fancy for his own good there. Now here comes Klein. Again, Pregame. Mitrovic, his pass up ahead, thinking he could beat the defense to Joe. And now the alley-oop. Oh, how about that from half court? And it's Foster that throws it down. Another assist for Klein. And it's an 8-point game. And suddenly, the wind is in the sails of UNET Holon. Mitrovic takes his time, gets the contact, and draws the foul. So he will now try to steady the ship at the charity stripe. Good steal by Klein. Look at this pass. He says, it's showtime. One more time. Luka Mitrovic. And finally, Manresa missed a free throw. They're now 12 of 13 at the line. Klein open. Mitrovic does a good job of grabbing the rebound. The quick outlet pass to Davis. Under 2 minutes to go, first half. Davis and Foster reached in, knocked it away. He's got it on the break, lays it up and in. Foster starting to take over. 14 points for Foster. Now the pass into the paint. Again, another chance to run. Copain hands it off. Simon! And just like that, a very big lead has dwindled to just 5 points. Pedro Martinez calls timeout. He sees this advantage evaporating. And it's UNET Holon who are getting out and running.
pasarla ahí, ¿vale? Sí. Si no puedes recibir, te vas al lado contrario.
20 points from the bench for Manresa. Look at the fast break points, though. That's changed. Holon now with 10. Baxi Manresa 7. The game has certainly started. The momentum has gone the way of UNET Holon as the game has opened up. Ahmet Simon reaching in, knocking it away, and then scoring here. You know, turnovers lead to points. $12 points off turnovers for UNET Holon, just 5 for Manresa. Inside, oh, that was tough. Mitrovic couldn't get it to go. Stays with it. And it's just that finishing touch right now that's eluding him. Again, and it's not eluding UNET Holon as Williams goes up for the flush. And suddenly it's a 3-point game. Remarkable how quickly it's changed. Perez. And quite, I think, wisely, Coulson back in the game. Valette. Oh, he's been tough tonight. 11 points for Wampi Valette. Final 20 seconds here in the first half. Foster to Williams, takes the foul, and he goes to the line as well for a 3-point play. Well, when they entered the gym, the engine was cold. But they've revved it a little bit. Now it is roaring. UNET Holon trailing by just 3 points. Well, will Manresa get the last shot? They want to hold it for the last shot. Coulson goes behind his back, fouled by Troy Copain. And that is the 4th team foul, so no free throws. So Malachi Richardson, Ryan Thompson comes back in. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Ryan Coulson is going to launch it a long way out. And that is a great comeback by UNET Holon. It was all about tempo. Once the tempo quickened, the game started to go their way. It's Baxi Manresa leading it 43-41 over UNET Holon at halftime. (15 of 29 inside the arc for UNET Holon. 11 of 22 for Manresa. The difference, the big difference, really the free throw line for Manresa. Troy Copain trying to get an explanation for that last foul, but calls. The ref's got to call what he sees. Foster with a 14, Williams 11, Howell with 5, Valette with 11 to lead Manresa, 9 for Perez. And Davis has 6 points. So this was some of the good work from Valette. And this was some of the good work from Howell. Anyway, we're at halftime. It's a 2-point game. It's a barn burner all of a sudden. It's 43-41. Baxi Manresa on top of UNET Holon. Will be right back before the start of the second half.
Bamberg transition with Paris Lee. Lee throws down him. Oh my lord! Connects with it. Taylor got the love. Paris Lee threw it up, and it was a throwdown.
Neptunus in the white. Neptunus start with a basketball. Come off the two screens. Great curve right down the lane, and he just flushes it for two. What a start. Elias just went down hard and said thank you.
Holon going to go to work against Margaritis. Oh, lovely crossover inside, and he puts down the poster, knocking Sarakopoulos to the floor. Oh, that's a power move to the basket. Just too much for Pauk to handle. Look at Sarakopoulos here. He ends up with his backside on the hardwood. Beautiful handoff, and then just a hammer throw by Madsen. Well, we know he's got the jump shot, and now he shows us he's got some hops.
Frankie Ferrari steps back now, gets in, puts it up. Oh, that was the playground move, baby. Looked like he was going to step back and attempt a three, then he went in and put it up, releasing it with one hand. Look at that. He wowed his own teammates.
Jacobin Brown trying to lead the fast break, goes coast to coast. Oh, what a pass behind the back. Jacobin Brown adds himself to the highlight reel. It's Solomon Bramo who makes the two.
Extra pass, great scramble. Smith, little handle off the glass for two is sweet. Just ghosts past the defense. Upstairs, oh, what a play. Brown orchestrates. Keeps it alive, knocks it away, chance to run for Zaragoza. Nice pass, beautiful finish. Obradovic gets the two. Super finish, super play.
Thompson on the roll, wide open, and Thompson hammers it home. Gives a look to the bench. Doesn't react at all of in a day's work for Siobhan Thompson.
43-41, Baxi Manresa on top of UNET Holon at halftime.
Hey, everything now is energy, okay? It's energy to be aggressive, to deny. We will make mistakes, but everybody will support. Everybody will help each other, and then we can play the game. Okay, it's our ball. You are playing away from Marcus. We go to side. It means you go to TJ, you cut, you pop out. You have you and him pick and roll. We don't have it. No, okay? No, you are cutting. He's popping. You go to the fourth side. You don't have it. You are coming high. Cut and another pick and roll. We got the same five that start the game. You take point guard and we switch. Okay? Hey, but switch aggressive. No easy market. Yalla, let's go.
Baxi Manresa led by 16 points. But it all started to go wrong for them in the final 3.5, 4 minutes of that first half. The game opened up, and the faster the game was played, the better UNET Holon played. And the easier the baskets came for them. It was just kind of like night and day. So clearly tempo is an issue. And Baxi Manresa, they will probably come out and have a different wrinkle, and they already forced a turnover. So they denied Perez the inbounds, and now they get it inside, and it's Guillaume Joe who gets off to a good start here. There's Yankuba Sima actually with the assist on that. Guillaume Joe playing a lot of minutes for the second consecutive week. Guillaume Joe didn't play against Strasbourg or Liet Kablis and only played 1 minute in the first game against Torrent. But injuries and everything else has caused some changes. Nice finish there from Foster, who's still barking at the referee. And you wonder if that might be their undoing ultimately. Perez. Toulson bounce pass, and McGarity gets down low, lays it up and in. Alley-oop pass! Goodness gracious. And that was from Klein. Follow for the miss, and here comes UNET Holon with a chance. And they have indeed, with Amit Simhon, tied the game at 47. Boy, what a finish that was by Ryan Toulson. Now the three-point shot is good from Amit Simhon, and UNET Holon have taken the lead. It's their first lead of the game. Toulson tried to get it right back. Klein rebounds the miss. Now Troy Copain hands it back off to Klein. And you just remember what Sharon Dulker was saying at the beginning. It's all about energy for us. But that was an easy basket. Well played there by Perez, getting it inside to the big man, Yankuba Sima. Manresa back on top. Simholm over to Klein. Back to the basket. Oh boy, what a finish. UNET Holon back on top. Great stat line there. 7 assists to go with his 4 points. Layup is good from Ryan Toulson. And you can see the experience of Toulson. He's really trying to step up now with the game. He feels like his team needs his leadership. He needs to be decisive. Alley-oop, another one. This one goes off the fingertips of Williams. And again, look at Toulson. Not sure why he made that motion to the bench to say the basket was good. Vallette, he played with a lot of energy in the first half. Williams corrals the rebound. Copain. Ball knocked out of bounds by Vallette. Well, the noise is deafening here in Holon. Vallette not able to grab it, but tips it to his teammate, Sima, and he gets it to Perez. Well, Vallette was falling down, did well to just get the ball up to the net. Copain to Simholm. Foster. Here's the buzzer, here's the whistle rather, throws the ball up. Wright has checked into the game, and he commits a foul on Copain. So David Orit Serrano picks up the foul, and this time the ball goes out of bounds and it goes back over to Manresa. Three-pointer, long rebound. Toulson takes his time, a little pump fake, and there he puts it up and in. He allowed the defense to kind of fly past him and takes the lead up to 4. I mean, you can just see it in Toulson right now. He is thinking, I've got to be the guy for my team. And that's why you have veterans in your team. Foster explodes and scores. Foul called on Mitrovic. But Foster is going to finish with a very big number tonight. Mitrovic picks up the foul. Pedro Martinez. Kind of saying, well, if you'd done this and you'd done that, maybe they wouldn't have called the foul. The Holon Toto Arena is rocking tonight. Howell watching from the bench, wondering when he's going to get his chance again. Oret. And great defense yet again, putting the pressure on Foster. Oret. Oh, look at that. He wedged it up there. David Oret Serrano. His shot, well, the possession error goes to Manresa, so they'll keep it down at this end. Toulson from the left. It's good. Another one. I'll tell you what. We saw him against Torn in the opening week, and he really put his team on his back, and that's exactly what he's doing right now, only he's doing it at the start of the second half, not midway through the fourth quarter. Foster stays with it. Williams has it knocked out of his hands. Now Toulson. He pulls up again. I think Toulson does definitely have the green light. Whenever he wants to shoot the three, he takes it. Oh, beautiful move, but the finish wasn't there for Malachi Richardson. And now a turnover on Valette. Traveling is the call. Williams goes back over to the bench. Nine turnovers apiece. And Foster with the finish. And now the foul called on Oret, leading with his elbow or forearm, shoulder, kind of leaned into him. And Manresa wobbling a little bit here. Interesting how he hasn't, Martinez has not gone to Davis yet here in the second half. He's got Jordan Sacco in. Foster, and he just is pretty much unstoppable right now. And Danny Perez getting the worst of that one. Goes over to check on Perez. Watch this. Oh, got him with the head. Well, that's the hazards of the job. If you're going to get up and play man-to-man really tight like that, you risk getting hit. Now Jordan Davis has come into the game, number 0. And the pass batted away, but somehow, some way, getting the basketball was Guillaume Joe. He scores with a reverse layup. Saw the play developing, and he got there just in the nick of time. Guy Panini in the game now, number 10 for UNET Holon. He's hit so many big shots in his career for Israel, for Maccabi Tel Aviv, for UNET Holon, and now Malachi Richardson hitting the jump shot. Knotted at 61, a minute and a half remaining. Just feel like the dam is about to burst in favor of UNET Holon, but Baxi Manresa just kind of holding on. A foul called on Howell. I'm sure Coach Martinez is going to want to sit Toulson for as long as he can to rest him up for that final several minutes, but you know, he can't afford UNET Holon to get in front, because once they get in front they might run away and hide. Perez, entry, Sacco says, I need more minutes tonight, coach, let me come in. Sacco's only played 7.5 minutes. That was a big time move from him. Three-point attempt. Oh, it's good from Guy Panini. And it's UNET Holon back in front. Well, he's just been such a prolific scorer, prolific player in every sense of the word, Guy Panini. I mean, he really has in his career. And a foul down low. Guy Panini now 36 years of age. Just the kind of guy that was an absolute gym rat. Just know he spent all of his time in the gym. Just loves competition. Three-point attempt from Fowlett. And now Holon with a 1-point lead here in the final 20 seconds of the third quarter. How long can Manresa go? How long can they keep this close? You just feel like UNET Holon are about to really take off. Propane drives in, banks it in. And now the steal. And almost another basket. So Ryan Thompson almost coming up with a steal and a basket right at the end, but he gets the steal. Nevertheless, all signs right now looking good for UNET Holon. They lead it 66-63. Holon shooting 56% inside the arc now. They've got 4 threes. Holon 16 points off turnovers, 7 for Baxi Manresa. And this has really changed a lot as well. Now 46 points in the paint for UNET Holon, 36 for Baxi Manresa. Now what can Manresa do now that UNET Holon are in front? Well, Duker got that great reaction in the last 4 minutes of the first half from UNET Holon. He really chewed them out during a timeout. Really took them to task. Said they weren't playing as a team. They weren't playing hard. They were complaining to the refs. And since that point, UNET Holon has been a different team. Now the bounce pass, and almost. But Howell gets a couple of free throws. Terrific bounce pass from Guy Panini. Well, Baxi Manresa will take any kind of help they can get right now. Howell misses the first. That foul, by the way, was on Sacco, Jordan Sacco. So it's UNET Holon's biggest lead of the game now, 4 points. Davis spins, fouled, and they got to be careful he doesn't get a technical. He's been warned. Malachi Richardson. One aspect of their game tonight that has been spot on, Manresa. 13 of 14 at the free throw line compared to 7 of 13 for Holon. Now 14 of 15. 93.33% as a team. Richardson, pass back to Howell. And again, Howell, if he could just make that shot, now he puts pressure on himself to have to go to the free throw line. Sacco picks up the foul. I mean, the other options that Martinez has are Sema and Mitrovic. And again, Howell misses another free throw. 2 of 6 at the free throw line. And misses both. So they're shooting below 50% as a team now, 46.67%. Davis ties it up. And now the ball thrown out of bounds by Ryan Thompson. And you just feel like with those missed free throws and now the turnover that the momentum's shifting a little bit back to Manresa. Thompson goes back out. Vidal back in the game as well for Manresa. Oh, Marcus Foster, what a spin, and this time Howell gets to make the layup. Doesn't have to go to the line. Boy, Foster being in the game and being active is the difference. He's Holon's do-it-all man. 23 points, 5 assists now. Manresa turn it back over. That was a great play by Foster. Great signing, Marcus Foster. Panini steps back. Is it another good one? Yes, it is. His contributions are just so timely, aren't they? Their biggest lead of the game now, 5 points. Holon have only hit 5 3-pointers. Seems like they've hit more than that. Panini is 2 of 2. And right now you feel like this is the danger time for Manresa. They cannot fall any further behind. And Davis goes back out of the game. And Ryan Toulson comes back in. And that's my point. I mean, Martinez knows they can't afford to fall any further behind. McGarity. Vowlet. Sacco battles. Not able to bring it down. Copain gets the pick. Gives it back to Howell. This time he makes it. And he will go to the line for a 3-point play. And the game is really starting to get away now from Manresa. I don't think they can stop Holon. Amazing, they were trailing by 16 points. I mean, that's, for me, Foster's the guy that's the MVP of this game. He misses that, but Foster has just been excellent. There he is, grabbing hold of Toulson. Foster now with 3 fouls. That could be big if he picks up another one. Mitrovic in the game. Will this finally be it? Copain held his ground. Took the ball away. Now Richardson shoots the 3 and is fouled by Vowlet. And Holon just pretty much getting what they want to right now. And the former Syracuse University man misses the first one. It's the second. He was the 22nd overall pick, Richardson, in the 2016 NBA draft after 1 year at Syracuse by the Charlotte Hornets. And only makes 1 of 3. Well, I'll tell you what, if there's anything that's given Manresa hope in this game, it's the profligacy at the line. And that has now gotten the 2 points back. And those missed free throws, you never know, they could end up haunting UNET Holon. The tap, no good. Mitrovic hands it off to Perez. And Richardson fouls. Vowlet puts it high up, and I'm not sure if that was blocked. But Perez reaches in and commits a foul, a hold on Howell. Perez has 3 fouls, and Howell goes back to the line, which is where he doesn't want to be. He's 2 of 8, now 2 of 9 at the free throw line. But instead of getting on him, the crowd is trying to get behind him. And he does. He makes 1 of 2. Howell goes out. Played North Carolina State University. That's right, I remember him. 29 years of age now. 3-point attempt is good, and he's fouled. And that's Ryan Toulson for you in one play. He has the capacity to make huge strides, and it's also the 4th foul on Foster. Wow. And Foster is a player Holon cannot do without. And the 4-point play cuts it back to a 3-point game. Ryan Toulson, we've said it so many times, he is he's got such savvy. He is fearless. And this is the kind of game that he loves, when he knows that his team really needs him to step up. Three-pointer from Panini. And Joe rebounds it, gets it off to Perez. Perez. Three-point attempt is good from McGarity. We've got a tie game at 76. And honestly, folks, they've got no business being tied, but what has helped is that woeful free throw shooting for UNET Holon, just 9 of 21. And unfortunately, the biggest culprit in that is Richard Howell, who's 3 of 10 at the charity stripe.
You go for bleeding, we go full.
Manresa now with 7 threes, 5 of those belong to Ryan Toulson.
When you go, it's a flare. We try to play here pick and roll. If we don't have it, we come to high pick and roll with a 5. Go, regular go. Okay, flare, pick and roll. You go the back of the defense, want the shooters. Guys, now, number 2, number 11 on shooters. We have to stay on their face.
Here he is, Ryan Toulson, hitting the three-pointer and making the free throw after that, and then he feeds or passes the ball to McGarity. Now for the game-tying 3. Great crowd reaction here from the Holon fans, trying to get their team to the finish line. You could say they could be up by double digits right now. Malachi Richardson, meanwhile, comes out and hits a big shot on the baseline. Joe gets it to McGarity. Now Perez. And Joe drives in, denied by Williams. Copain takes the bump. He has a couple of free throws, and Mitrovic says, all I did was get into position. Let's have a look. Well, there was a bump. 4 fouls now on Mitrovic. At some point, they'll have to go back to Sacco or Sema, you would imagine. And Copain, meanwhile, takes it back up to a 3-point lead. Oh, they get it down low, and he's fouled, Mitrovic. So Ahmet Simon puts Mitrovic on the line, where tonight Mitrovic is 3 of 4. And remember, as a team, Baxi Manresa 15 of 16 at the charity stripe. Mitrovic makes the first. And Mitrovic makes the second. 80-78. And inside to Williams, and he misses. It's a shot he's got to make. He's kind of falling away from the basket. Mitrovic again. He hasn't been very successful, but he has been that time. Well, he stuck with it, and he continued to believe in himself, and finally has some success on one of those low post moves. It's his first make, in fact. His first field goal of the game. He had missed his previous 4 attempts. Copain back outside to Malachi Richardson for 3. Good! Couple of big shots here in the 4th quarter by Richardson. Coulson goes behind his back. You know he wants to launch a 3. I don't think they want to give it to him. It's going to be Joe for 3. And the ball rebounded by Klein. Copain goes to his left. Whips it back out to the perimeter. Simon. Now to Klein. Goes right up against Perez. He hands it back off to Williams. And up ahead. Oh, what a pass! And what a finish by Joe. Great hustle by Manresa to beat Holon up the floor. Absolute terrific pass. You need to put that one on the highlight reel. Danny Perez. Danny Perez with his 13th assist. I mean, that is something else. 13 assists, and that was the best of the lot. Back to a 1-point game. Good defense. Foster back in the game, denied. Now Baxi Manresa have a chance to take the lead. Coulson gets it back, thought about it. Patient, going up against Copain. Now the switch, Williams puts it up, it's a 2! Here he comes again, folks, Ryan Coulson. He has got absolutely the coldest of ice. I mean, it is money in the bank every time. How many cliches can I come up with? He's terrific. 22 points, 8 of 16 from the floor. And just a crazy, crazy game. And you almost have to think that the basketball gods are frowning on UNET Holon now because of their struggles at the free throw line. 11 of 23.
We go press break. Troy, Malthus. Okay? Troy, you fight to get the ball, and then we're gonna run the one. The one. Okay? Oh, guys, you screen for Malthus. Troy is here. Latavius under the basket, and Mali, you here. Be aggressive with the ball. The referee doesn't give us nothing. We gotta be smart to who you pass. Guys, same time, you give flank to Troy and be high. Okay? Hey, smart fouls if we need, we switch. Okay? Pick and roll, we switch. Let's go, yalla!
Well, Ryan Toulson, I mean, he is just the man for the big occasion. But look at that pass. Danny Perez, I mean, that for me might be the play of the game. That was terrific. He came out with the right approach tonight, and, you know, those 13 assists say it all for him. He has been the consummate point guard tonight. UNET Holon. Now the pressure back on them. Foster drives in, misses the shot. Williams, though, with the rebound, scores, and he's going to the line. Well, Williams has had a few misses down low tonight, but this is a big make. He just cleared out Sacco to get that rebound. Foster goes back out of the game because of the 4 fouls. And Simon comes back in. And Williams makes it, so it's a 2-point lead for UNET Holon in the final minute. Hold on, folks. The seat of your pants. Another thriller here in the Basketball Champions League. Driving in, and Perez denied. Great block. That was Simon, interesting, who just came back into the game for Foster, so he could be aggressive. Foster has those 4 fouls. Now Copain turns, gets in the lane. And now Manresa really up against it in the final 18 seconds. Toulson. Entry pass, gets it back. You don't want to foul him. And they have fouled him. What were they doing? You cannot foul in that situation. You've got to get a hand up. And you know that Toulson is a threat. And the referee said you got to make sure you get up on them, but again, you don't want to foul the 3-point shooter. And almost the way it seemed, the way Williams turns his body into him at the end, it didn't help him. And he's got to keep his cool. He doesn't want to complicate it by getting a technical as well. I mean, you would put money on Toulson making all 3 free throws. And then it comes down to what is the strategy. Obviously, you try to get a steal, but if not, you foul. And there's a pretty good chance they're going to miss a free throw. Wow, I've seen everything now. Toulson misses the free throw. He's still got 2 to make. 6.2 seconds. And he does make 2, and Fowlette goes down, hoping to get a foul called on Richardson on on the box out. So that makes it a 2-point game again. And what they have to do is they have to identify who their best free throw shooter is and get them the ball. I mean, that is just a no-brainer. And then I think the instruction is, if they are fouled, if they get the ball in bounds and they're fouled, and he makes the first, they end up with a 3-point play. You got to foul. You don't want to let Toulson have a chance to tie it.
This is Marcus and this is Troy. Marcus, you go first. If you can, if not, you clear. You go second. Troy, you go second. And if not, Mali, you go third. We need a good inbound pass. Watch if they foul and if they trap. Don't be in the referee's hands. Okay? You got to be aggressive.
If I don't first one,
Yes.
if I don't catch the ball,
Clear.
because Troy is coming to rebound.
Hey, good screen, Natavius.
Yeah, and you hear that, you're talking about setting good screens, and you have to make sure, you're not a moving screen and you commit an offensive foul and turn the ball back over. So it might seem like it's a pretty easy exercise to inbound the ball, but not always. But two great veterans on the court, Toulson and Panini, one for each team. Panini's going to inbound the ball. He gets it to Copain. And Copain will go to the line with 3.9 seconds to go. I think too much time ran off the clock there. I think he was trying to foul him before. If he makes one, they've got a chance. If he makes both, it's difficult. And I think that's what Toulson's saying. It's like, listen, he fouled him once or twice before he finally blew the whistle, and we've lost almost half of the time that was on the clock. Well, it's been a great game, hasn't it?
Hold it fast, Ryan or Danny. Okay? They missed the second. Okay? Sí. Tenemos 2 botes para intentar hacer un tiro si eso pasa. ¿Vale? Sí. Buscamos rápido. ¿Vale? Rápido ahí a los 2 tiradores. ¿De acuerdo? ¿Vale? Si mete el segundo, volvemos al tiempo muerto. Venga, vamos. 1, 2, 3.
So they want to get it to if they miss the second, they want to get it to Perez or Toulson to get up the court quickly and to attempt a shot. And it could be that if they miss the second, that Dooker has instructed his team to foul. But then again, you got to make sure if you foul, you're not fouling while they're in the act of shooting. I mean, Copain can put this thing on ice, really, if he makes both. So Copain takes his time and gets the first one to go. He'd only played 1 game this season before coming in tonight, and he was shooting 50% at the line. And if he makes this one, you have to think it's over. Now, only a very poor decision. Only a mental breakdown, really. A mental breakdown from UNET Holon, I think, would allow Baxi Manresa a chance. In other words, do not foul the 3-point shooter, because if he makes it and has a chance to go to the line for a 4-point play, that's what you're going to give him.
Te va rápido, ¿vale? Te va rápido, Guillem. 3-4, 3-1. Bloqueo ciego y Ryan recibes. ¿Vale? Sí, ¿vale? Sin bloqueo. Okay? Don't go to play pick and roll. Okay? It's 1 or 2 dribbles. Okay? ¿Vale? Sí, venga, vamos, va. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try for a quick 2 and then a foul again. I mean, the other thing is, goal differential, point differential. You want to get the margin down as quickly as possible. So we'll see. But if you're Holon, you don't want to foul. You don't want to foul. And they end up taking a 2 and shortening the deficit. I'm not sure what the play was because Toulson fumbled it. I think he could have gotten the ball. He could have gotten the ball to Perez had he not fumbled it. But in the end, he was running out of time, so he put up the 2 and he got it to go. But what a great game. Great fight back. Holon escaped, really, considering the number of free throws they missed. They win it 90-88 over Baxi Manresa. Holon, see the stats, 29 makes inside the arc to 24 for Manresa. Manresa much better at the free throw line. And Manresa actually out-rebounded UNET Holon tonight. Holon with 2 more assists in the end. Wonderful atmosphere here tonight. Foster, 23 points. Williams, 16. Toulson, 26 points. Toledo scores 13 for Valette, 10 for Davis. Well, the UNET Holon players going on the walk of honor, the walk of thanks to meet and greet the fans that provided such a wonderful atmosphere tonight. And this is what they got to watch. They got to watch end-to-end excitement, really from start to finish. Foster was really the pick of the players for me, for Holon, with the 23 points, the 6 assists. He finished with plus 23 efficiency. And Toulson ended up 26 points. Ended up plus 21 efficiency, just like Danny Perez, plus 21, who had the 13 assists to go with his 9 points. That was the 4-point play. Toulson made that and got the team closer. Then McGarity hit the 3 to tie it. Holon tonight getting 20 points off turnovers. Richardson came up big in the 4th quarter with a couple of shots. That was Mitrovic's lone make. And this was Richardson's 3-pointer that he hit with less than 3 minutes to go. That was important. This game had 14 lead changes. And Manresa led by as many as 16 points. Holon led by as many as 8, and it ended up being a 2-point game at the end after Toulson scored, not on that one, but another one. This was a big box out and a basket by Williams as he got a 3-point play. Copain here, this helped him ice it. He was money at the end, was Copain. So Holon celebrate their 3rd win. They improved to 3-2, and Manresa denied their first win away from home. They dropped to 3-2. So that just clutters it up a bit. So you see Turk Telecom alone up at the top. UNET Holon and Baxi Manresa now at 3-2. Dinamo Sassari playing right now. The rest of the teams here. So 90 to 88, UNET Holon win it over Baxi Manresa. Thanks for watching.